I don't know. All right, hey, real quick. Hey, I'm Jake. That's Ben. That's Nate. We started this thing twice. I don't know what's going on. I'm over here running it. This is what happens when you leave cavemen in charge of technology. We just wanted to hit you with this news flash. Trump has secretly authorized the military to use force to completely destroy foreign drug cartels. Nate has done a bunch of videos on this. I've done two. I'm gonna let Nate kick it off. Nate, what are your thoughts on this craziness? I
Yeah.
know we got a bunch of happy friends, but I still think it's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were mentioning right before we thought we were live. I don't know if we were. Yeah, I did a bunch of content on this. I believe I said I was one of the people. I think me and Jay were two of the guys saying like, "Nah, I don't see it happening at least in the short term." And I think I said it's going to take at least about 6 months for us to realistically like get like let's talk about SOF or special operations. Special forces really is like the Green Beret mission set really lends to this, but it would take about 6 months to get like integrated with the Mexican military, get everybody trained up, actually get the intel spliced between our country, their country, all these different things. That doesn't happen overnight, and we're at about that time and distance, and so it kind of makes sense, right? Right, that um, I know it says like this has been being done in secret, but as you guys know, this has most likely been like planned for and coordinated over the last 6 months with the units that are going to be involved in doing this. This isn't just like a hey, Donald Trump just decided now we're going to do this with our military and the cartels. This has most likely been a buildup, and so I mean the question then is like how? What does this look like? Like what does the military being used against the cartels look like? Because it's been very quiet, and it's been very quiet because the border's shut down. There's no border crossings. There's no coming in and out. So, like, do we really? I guess that maybe for you guys, do we really need to be doing cross-border operations to go after the cartel? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the discussion I think that is an interesting one at this point because of the 6 months ago this looked way different when the border was chaos and all that, right? But now I don't know. What do you guys think?
So, hang on, I'm gonna add something to that from my narco dude that I interviewed, Pierre. He said that the cartels are making more money now because all of the mom and pop fentanyl traffickers that were backpacking across are all out of business. So they said
Wow.
their profits are up 30 to 40% right now because the border's closed and their smuggling methods don't involve the border.
So we shut down the small business, basically. We shut
Yeah,
down the mom and pop
Well, supply and
shops.
demand. Supply and
we
demand.
shut
Supply is
we
cut
shut
down now.
down.
You know.
Yeah, well the supply is still the same, Ben, but we shut down. I'm sorry. The supply is the same because now the mom and pop people have to sell to the cartel, and the cartel is importing their stuff. So I thought it was very interesting when he talked about it. But so anyway, Ben, what are your thoughts, brother?
I mean, I think a couple things. So it's probably not it's not a secret that we have been down there for a long time. So I mean, without going into things, and Nate can just cut me off anytime I'm getting out of whack here. But if we're gonna roll into combat advising, I mean, I think some of that's already been going on. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
better or for worse, right?
right,
Those
right.
Zetas.
So
Little whoopsies on
right,
Seventh
because
Group's part there.
exactly. So there are different things. I mean, different things. Right? There's regular combat training mission where you're training, and again, Nate, just jump in, correct me. I'm getting a little long in the tooth with my terminology now, but then there's combat advising. We're actually going on the missions with them, like in
Hmm.
Afghanistan. So and so I think that's been going on for a while. So we have a lot of relationships, but then writ large, actually schwacking targets there unilaterally. That's what this authorizes, more unilateral. I can't think that we're not going to do it partnered. But Claudia Sheinbaum, their president, just said there will be no invasion. There will be no people. We don't want that. President Trump's basically saying, yeah, it's too late for all that. You can't stop it, so we're going to stop it. And again, this may be a preparatory thing, hard negotiations, just like a tariff. Like, guess what? You tighten the screws over there, or cartel, put your heads down, police your own. Cartel, police your own. It's like the mafia. FBI
Yeah.
comes by, like, look, you want us to come take all of you guys out, or are you gonna regulate the streets? What's gonna happen? Because we're not gonna get all of them. We know this, but someone's gonna lose. Some cartel is gonna lose big, as an example. And so that's what I think. I mean, I think, do we need to be doing it? I think the president's a pretty shrewd negotiator, and he knows an announcement like this you know, if anybody's lying to you if they tell you that doesn't scare you. I mean, okay, great. If we go 10-meter in gunfight with people, we start leveling the playing field. We're not going to level the playing field. They're going to decapitate people. They're going to decapitate the leadership, and then then have at it. I don't think they're going to destroy much of anything, but someone's getting decapitated for sure. And I think that just might be enough. Just in my opinion, it might be enough that cartels are like, look, we need to straighten shit out and go under the radar a little more. We're causing too many problems. So I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah, Pierre's big take on it all was that the cartels have said we just got to wait 3 years.
Yeah.
Wait for this administration. So they're not like he said a number of times after they killed the DEA agent in the late 90s and we basically went down there and just shit stomped half the country. Like they don't want to mess up their business like that anymore. So
yeah, they're businessmen.
My thing is like they just upped the bounty on the Venezuelan president to 100 million.
God, what the
I'm sorry, 50 million. They upped the bounty from 25 to 50 million. And it's like, okay, if you're saying he's one of the biggest narco guys in the world, are you going to go get him? Right? I mean,
is he Saddam Hussein? If
I
you're
don't
putting a $100
know.
million bounty on him, it kind of feels like he's Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
We put that bounty, Jake, or who put the bounty on him?
We did.
We
Yeah.
did.
Oh, I had no
Yeah,
idea.
we did.
Wow.
That's when I saw that, it was like the running joke in the Green Beret community of like, oh, here we go overthrowing governments again, right? Like that's exactly what we do, right?
And what we're really mad about in Venezuela is the fact that the oil,
Yeah.
like they're pumping oil. That's what it's really about. It ain't about the drugs. It's about the oil. So
Well, something else to think about, right, is okay, we're authorized to go, invade and hit targets unilaterally in Mexico. I'm pretty sure, and Pierre and people way smarter than me with this, but from what I've heard is like, it's all coming in from the northern border now. It's all coming in from Canada, right? China's shipping it
Yep.
straight to Canada. The cartel is well embedded in Canada now because that border is infinitely easier to come across. And so are you really, again, like, are you actually doing anything, or is this kind of just posturing as a sort of a political, a political win? I'm not sure, but I don't think us going after anything in Mexico, to Ben's point, is like, all right, you cut the head off of this snake and then what? Right? The next snake comes up, and then again, it's all coming through Canada anyway. So like, what are we really accomplishing here? Not that I don't like the idea of trying. Don't get me wrong. I hate right, guys. Like I hate the response I get a lot on this is like, oh well, it's too hard. So what's the point? And it's like I don't look at the world that way. If something is like maybe the right thing to do, which is, hey, maybe let's not have 100,000 fucking young Americans die from fentanyl overdoses every year. Maybe we should try something.
Yeah.
I mean something's better than nothing, I guess. But like, is this the answer? I don't know. I don't think I think the problem, guys, is it's such a fucking complicated spider web of shit that nobody has the answer for this one. Like,
And-
that's how I think.
and we're not very good at jungle warfare, Nate. So we
Not since
pretty
Vietnam.
much everything south of us is in the jungle. So sign up for real casualties, real problems.
Yeah.
I said it on my video, like we start going into Colombia with the FARC and all the other crazy stuff down there, and Venezuela, like I don't know, it's a mess. It's
Well,
a
I'll tell you
full blown
this.
mess.
Well, I mean,
From what my dad said, Green Berets are going to be a lot skinnier because in the jungle, you ain't going to be 230 pounds wearing body armor and a helmet because you're going to keel over dead
right.
from heat exhaustion in an hour, right? So
Well, I mean,
very
you-
more like you said, Jake, way more dangerous of a fight in the jungle because again, you're not wearing the GWAT up armored everything everywhere. You're not rolling around in mat V's. Like that's not a thing, man.
You
You're on
level the
patrol
playing
with no
field,
body
too.
armor and no helmet because it's too hot, and
You level the playing
Scary.
field with the foliage and the close and distance and all that.
that's right.
Here's-
You're real close in the
I mean,
gunfights.
Nate, you and I both have a good amount of experience in the jungle in Southeast Asia and all that, and that's whether it's single canopy or triple canopy, it's all rough. But down there, a lot of it's triple canopy down South America. That's rough stuff. But I don't wonder. Here's what I wonder: are we going to be employing any of our like autonomous systems down there? If we go in the jungle. Like, you've seen some of the stuff that's coming out now. These robot dogs and all this. This is for real. I mean, the Chinese are deploying this. Ukrainians are deploying it. I don't even know how much drones, but ground, autonomous systems, going out hunter-killer units and going through the jungle. I mean, that's a possibility. Now we're getting off track a little bit, but what I want to say is I agree with your point, Nate, that if we have that big of a problem with fentanyl and all these things like that, if this is a retaliatory strike, a retribution strike to show that we're doing something, it's one thing that they do in strategy is a cost-imposing strategy. Cost-imposing strategy where, okay, we're going to play this game. Yeah, maybe we won't destroy you, but we're going to make your economics so hard that you're going to implode and just destroy. We did it to the Soviet Union.
Yep.
And so,
and it worked.
It works. This is the same strategy, frankly, I'll say this, that this current president, Donald Trump, has done in business. His cost-imposing strategy has been to sue anybody that mentions him in the press. Sues the hell out of him. Even if he knows he will lose, he's like, okay, I'm going to lose. It's going to cost him $5 million to sustain to win. I can hang out that long. They can't. I can be okay with this. This is going to kill you. Fighting me is going to kill you, so just withdraw your statement. Don't fight me. Even though you're right, take it away or else you have to fight me in court. And I'm going to destroy you. Eventually, I'm going to get you. And so, or the time you lose because you can't run your business anymore. Cost-imposing strategy.
Yeah. Even if you win.
So, right, even if you win.
It's no effect on him. He doesn't give a shit. He's on to the next thing. But
he has his team of lawyers doing it.
You spent everything you have
that's
just
it.
to
in your mind, you're screwed up, you're scared. So that's what people don't realize, that Napoleon said this a long time ago, the moral to the physical is 3:1 in warfare. So it's the mental and emotional battlefield. Three times more focus and intensity emotionally, morally, mentally than it is physically. And that's where we win. We defeat people's wills by getting in their head. So just this act alone, saying this, now the president in Mexico is scared, all her supporters, which includes cartel 100%.
Yeah.
And so everybody's probably like, let's not do this because, this guy's crazy, right? Is he crazy? I think he's crazy. He's crazy for sure. He's going to do it. You think he'll do it? I think he'll do it. Yeah. Let's not have him do it. Let's not find out. Let's get our heads down, like Jake said. Let's not ruin the business, get destroyed. We'll wait 3 years. And for him, politically, it's a victory. If all the rates go down, he did his job. In a classic bloodless battle, like Sun Tzu used to say.
Well, and with America, like if you're any other foreign entity, whether you're the Taliban, Vietnam, whether you're the cartel now, you can wait America out because America's on a 2-year schedule, right? True. 3 more years from now, there's no guarantee a Republican's going to win. I can tell you that. It's not going that well for Republicans right now. And then what? The left comes in, they open the border right back up, and the money printer turns back on for everybody, and it's business as usual, baby. So who cares? A couple of years is nothing for nation states when you start, or massive criminal enterprises like this. Oh, wait, they're worth trillions of dollars. Oh, we got to sit on our cash for 2 years? That's nothing for them. I think that's why we're seeing everything so lulled right now. Like Pierre said, Jake, because it's like, we'll just chill. And we'll just wait and see what happens in 2028. And then if we need to, then maybe. But, hey, if the other side wins, we're good. So I think it's smart on their part to just be like, let's cool it. Let's chill out. Let's just wait and see what happens.
Hey, Ben, something to think about. I've been listening to a lot of Genghis Khan, right? Like history of Genghis. I'm walking 5 miles a day right now. And
awesome. You got to go to Mongolia, brother.
I thought it was pretty.
It's one of the coolest places ever.
I got to go, but I thought it was pretty interesting how weeks before the battles he would release captives, so that they would go into the cities that he was getting ready to conquer, and spread the terror.
Yeah,
I thought that was like, oh, that's genius, right? Like he would release them. Not only he would also keep them in the front of his phalanxes, but his big thing was like a couple weeks before the battle, he'd start releasing them right in front of the city, so they'd run into the city like they had got away, and then they would go in the city and be like, look, you don't understand what's coming, So to your point about the mental warfare,
that's
crazy.
There's so many examples of that, right? But yeah, exactly that. And we could have a whole show just on telling stories about stuff like this, but yeah, you're 100% right.
All right, let's move on. Trump's getting ready to open a can, get his stick out, start thumping people. I'll believe it when I see it. I know we got a bunch of people in the community that'll be happy if they get to go thump people. Yeah. They don't really care who they get to thump as long as they get to thump someone.
Going, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And it is in the pecking order. They're the badasses. And everyone's like, oh, I got to get over to 7th group.
We're going to miss it.
It was 5th group. Now 5th group's
it's like being in 5th group 20 years ago.
Right.
Yep.
All right, we'll get on to the next topic. So, the SIG 320 deal cannot go away. Now the Air Force, 2 weeks later, has charged an individual They haven't charged him with murder, but got him in custody. They arrested him, and they're trying to claim that he maybe shot the guy that supposedly got shot by his own pistol. If it can't, like, come on, Nate. Like I know you were murdering Sig on this. I murdered Sig one time after I got that video where the dude had to screw in a trigger. Nate, what does this look like to you? We in comedy mode right now. What's this look like to you, Nate?
Well, first of all, I already saw a few comments on my channel. You owe Sig an apology. I'm like, okay, let's hypothetically, and I'll get into how I feel about this. Hypothetically, let's say what happened was this airman took his 320 out, put it in the chest of his buddy, and pulled the trigger, right? Okay, that takes off of 1 of 100 events that have happened with the 320. Okay, now we have 99 examples instead of 100. Okay, so no, it's already been proven by the Wyoming Gun Project and the FBI the weapon is not safe. Okay, we're not gonna play that fucking game because you can take one example. However, I will say this is highly suspicious. Let's look at incentives. The military is very incentive to make this go away, right? Why? Well, the worst thing that could happen for the military is you have to break this contract and then field the entire goddamn U.S. military with new pistols, right? Out of nowhere. That's going to be an absolute logistical fucking nightmare. So the military does not want... The military wants this to go away, okay? Right out the gate. Now, I'm not saying I know what happened, but I will say it's highly suspicious that this Air Force, believes this was like an Air Force area where maybe it was like a nuclear facility or something like that. Highly guarded, highly secure. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And yet it was at a security desk. All of us that have been in the military know there's cameras everywhere at a fucking security desk, especially at a facility like this, which tells me this is probably on camera. Okay, well, if it's on camera, why did the Air Force immediately, their very first action, an hour later, was to ban the 320? Temporarily banned it. That was their first action, not to arrest the individual. And then 2 weeks later, after all this drama, they randomly arrest this guy for he's the one that shot this person. So let me see the video footage, first of all, because if you had video footage of this, wouldn't the first thing you have done when you saw that been arrest the fucking guy who shot his buddy in the chest? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but the timeline of events looks very suspicious here, right? You've got incentive to make it go away. You've got why exactly did you wait multiple weeks to make this arrest? I don't know. What do you guys think? To me, this just seems like, you know, the military will burn you on purpose to for the betterment of the military. We've seen that happen 1,000 times. But again, it'd be interesting. Like, where's the video footage of this? There's got to be, based off of where they said this happened, in my opinion.
Ben?
Jake, I'm gonna let you hit it, Jake. This is
So here's what I'm gonna
say. At the bit.
No, I'm good. You can't say anything to refute what Nate is saying.
Yeah.
They have video. Obviously, they came out with a statement like an hour after it happened.
Immediately with a membrane.
Immediately. So they went and watched the video and like, damn, he sent the gun on the desk and then shot him in the chest. Right? And now 2 weeks later, we're going to get somebody, right? Like, we're going to get somebody. Okay, what are we getting them for? I'd like to say this, Nate, to kind of put on top of your thing. The Bonhomme Richard, LHA.
Ooh, the HR, baby.
In San Diego, caught fire because they didn't have a fire watch, burned the $1.4 billion ship down, not to the waterline because it's steel, but they basically, they had to trash it.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No, man, I had no idea.
Yeah, this is like 3 years ago. Burn it. So they came and they tried to burn the Bud's dud and said that he was angry about it.
Yeah.
But then they found out that the fire started in a big pile of oily rags that was left unattended with no fire watch. And so, but for 7 or 8 months, they had him in the brig. They were burning his life down. Then they come to find out He wasn't even on the ship.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Wasn't even there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. There's so many examples of that where they just want to find some type of justice quickly, and you find out that it doesn't, the shoe doesn't fit. You know what I mean? So it's not, it doesn't, it's not surprising, But I remember old stories, and Nate, you'll know these intimately a little bit, but MACV SOG crazy stuff in Vietnam where, flying a helicopter into some area. And these are rumors. I don't know. You're a lot closer to all that than I am with your dad and everything too. But flying someplace in, 4 guys get out of the helicopter. Helicopter's waiting. 3 guys return 5 minutes later.
Yeah, Jim Day told a bunch of those actual stories
wow.
when we had him on the Anti-Hero podcast. Literally
Okay.
flying in, drop them off, and nobody comes back. And the military just goes, "Look."
Yeah, sounds like it was a rough day.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, I'll say, like, we're speculating, right? Like, I'm speculating. I don't know what actually happened with this. But I just think when you look at this, for the military, if you can point to negligence, right? Then this takes the entire problem away for you until the next time it fucking happens. But this takes the entire problem away for you. So you can go, see, nope, didn't happen. Gun's safe. We don't have to adjust anything. So again, for me, anytime there's something where it's extremely incentivized and it's just got very suspicious timelines that go to it like this. Again, I don't know. It might be this could absolutely be a situation that maybe they didn't have footage of. But here's the other thing I was thinking about. Okay, let's say they didn't have any video footage of it. Okay, well then how do you prove what happened if it was just the 2 people there? Now you're just now you're making the assumption. You're saying, well, we don't know what happened, but we don't believe this is what happened. That's what could also be happening here is the Air Force goes, we got no video footage. This is a big problem for us. It's way easier if we just blame you and we don't believe your story. I think there might be some of that involved in this as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
crazy. I agree.
Well, this leads right into our Fort Stewart.
No.
Crazy as they come, but not that crazy. Okay. Let's get it up. I got it ready. Kind of. Okay, here we go. We're not doing bad. We'll figure out if I can actually turn it off this time.
Nice, man.
All right. A sergeant is accused of shooting 5 soldiers in his unit at Fort Stewart. Okay, so let's just cut the BS.
I don't know
He
about
shot 5 people, okay?
Right.
Like, he got pissed off. He went postal.
He got tackled, so like, yeah, they know
Yes,
who it was.
yes.
Right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Like he got
okay?
off the premises.
So the basic premise is the day before he got in a pissing match, and then he got upset. He went home, and then he came back the next day, and he went to work. Now, here's the thing that kind of shocked me. He didn't kill anybody. So
No, well, luckily,
thank God, right? Like, but I just go back to, I don't know how it was in your units. Our guns were never far. Now, I understand we're all special operations, but this is regular old Fort Stewart Army base, right?
no,
like,
man, no, Jake.
Go ahead.
No, not in the Army, brother. Even in SF, you don't fuck
Your
around with
your
that.
guns ain't right there?
No guns, dude. No guns anywhere.
Yeah.
Everything's in the arms room. Ammo is in a completely different facility, not even at group. Now, are there a lot of guys who have their personal pistols in drawers in the team rooms because it's such a soft target on base? Maybe. But as for, dude, like, no. I think this is a big misconception. I talked about this in the video I did. Military base is an insanely, and again, might be different for the Marine Corps, Ben, or for you guys in the SEALs, but for us in the military and Army, it's maybe one of the softest targets in the country if you can get on base, right? Once you get past the checkpoint, nobody's got guns but the MPs, and there ain't no MPs at group or at people's units, and all those weapons are locked up in the arms room, and all the ammo isn't there. So nobody immediately is running to the arms room, getting it unlocked, grabbing a gun, stopping an active shooter. It's very unlikely. So to me, and this has been a big thing that we complained about all the time. It's like, I'm a Green Beret. You send me to war, and I have a CCW, but I can't have my own pistol on base. Like, it seems kind of crazy. But man, we had We had a kid in the Q course get kicked out of the Q course. No, he had graduated. He had graduated and he was waiting to go to group, and they did a barracks room inspection, found his personal pistol, and they tab revoked him and beret stripped him, kicked him out.
Wow.
Now, I mean, compared to Tim Kennedy, that's almost nothing, right? But to my point, guys, like, dude, it's like a school. Like, the military bases are like schools, man. Nobody's got fucking guns. Nobody's allowed to have guns. So if you're an active duty soldier like this guy is, how hard is it to get on Fort Lewis base, Jake? You drive out, scan your ID card, you drive in. Nobody's checking your car. Nobody's
he brought his own personal weapon in, right? That's what
and so you just drive on base, scan your ID card, and go to your unit and shoot your unit up.
No,
I mean, that's like
same.
No different than the last dude. No different than the last dude.
It was the same for us though too. We had to have. I mean, you had a full accountability of all weapons. Like, this was something where, like, units don't secure. They're not done for the day until there's a weapons count. 100%. Many people at the armory doing this. I had a physical count, visual count. You know, all ammunition has been, reported in, any sensitive items. They check, double check.
Jake's over there with the SEALs going, we are not that professional.
And that's the problem.
Wait, I could go over to the teams. I don't know how it is now. I got two things to add. Like,
probably different now, right? Yeah, but
well, you could check your gun. You could check your guns out and go to the range anytime you wanted. So, like,
oh, I mean, you can go pull them out of the arms room for us, but like nobody's got them in their team rooms. That's not a thing.
There's like a mobile armory.
Some
teams have mobile armories.
It's a completely different building than the team room.
Yeah.
Oh no, ours is in the same building. It's right downstairs. The armory is downstairs. You go by admin and there's the armory. But the thing I'm gonna say is, like, I always had jammed up magazines sitting on my shelf in my cage, right? Like, so.
Oh, if you
the other thing I'm gonna say,
you'd get fried in the army.
Yeah, unless you're in a combat zone. Yeah.
No, Navy SEALs. That shit was right in my cage, just sitting in the cage. Right. Everybody had them. Everybody had guns too. And here's what I'm gonna say: in Virginia Beach, it's a little bit different because we do a lot of PT off base, like base runs, base swims, like. And I know even when I was in the teams, people would be like, "Someone got to have a gun." There's 100 SEALs running through the woods in wherever. I'm not gonna say the name, and we're on a running trail with civilians everywhere, And I know during the war, there was like, okay, we're going PT. Who has the guns, right? Like, Master Chief would assign some people are carrying guns, like, just because of what you guys are saying, the soft target. But we also have, like, in the SEAL community, it's just a lot looser.
It's different.
Like,
it's different.
No, I think that's what it should be, Jake. I'm just telling you from my perspective in the Army, that is not the fucking case. And for example of that, when I was out in Okinawa, we had the team leader, a brand new team leader, had been on team a week, shot himself in the team room cleaning his pistol.
Was he okay?
Blew his pinky off, shot himself through the knee. They'd come back from the range, right? It was his first week. Didn't clear his weapon. He's got a Glock 19. Everybody's cleaning weapons, not because we clean the weapons in the team room, right? Whatever. He's trying to figure out. He's got his Glock, right, and he's sitting in a chair, and he's trying to figure out how to take the slide off. And finally, I'm pretty sure one of the other guys on the team's like, "Dude, you have to decompress the trigger if you want the fucking slide to come off." Well, he's got a round in the chamber, pulls the fucking trigger, boom, blows his pinky off, shoots himself through the knee. Jesus. But the funny thing with that story is, as soon as that happened, there was chaos in the battalion because of how many people had guns and ammunition in their team rooms and lockers because the MPs were coming, right? So it was just absolute mad dash to, like, get everything out of the team rooms, like, get it into the arms room, get the ammo into amnesty barrels, like, everybody just throwing shit in the trash.
Next thing you know, the IG's like, there the next week.
You're not supposed to have it there, but like to Jake's point, guys still do, right?
But I'm gonna tell you,
guys, we're all talking from the special operations team room sense. Now, Ben, go to like the regular Marine Corps unit.
You don't
think
want
guys are just like pistols in drawers and shit.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. I mean,
Ben, let me ask you this: in the Marine Corps,
you got to.
Could you have a knife? Could you have a knife in your drawer in the Marine Corps?
Oh my God, everybody had knives. But I'm saying, I agree with you. Okay, a knife in close in distance is even scarier, right? If you have a determined person with a knife, but no, you don't want my young devil dogs running around with guns on them. You don't want the 18-year-old. We talked about this, Jake, who's spider hanging off the fucking third story, land, because you tell them, go warrior, go devil dog, go. You great. The Corps will protect you when you fall 3 stories. Yes, Sergeant. And he jumps off.
The Corps
He
will
gets up,
protect
and he gets
you.
up, and you're like, this is why we win. This is because we're crazy.
Bounces off the ground.
Yeah, because you're 18, you're 19, and
Yeah.
you know they've unlocked that part of your mind that now has no fear of anything. So you just do it. They say to do it, you do it. We don't want them to have guns everywhere, right? They need to be locked up. Trust me. Now, I literally had one guy on duty, back in 2-7, 7th Marines out in the desert. And he came up doing his rounds on a Friday night. And this one part, I'll just say this, they used to have some problems, not so much anymore, I don't think. But Jake, this is going to play right into you. I'm probably just loading you for elephant gun right now. White supremacist, couple skinhead Marines confront this guy on duty who's Mexican-American. And he's like, he had the K-bar. He's like, come on, motherfucker. He's all tatted up and everything like that. And he's like,
Who had the K-bar? The Hispanic dude or the white supremacist?
No, white supremacist.
Okay.
And a couple of them there. Old boy, and I won't even say the name because if you're listening, he'll vouch for this. Friggin' pulled the gun out. He's like, I'm fucking drop you right here. He's a prior enlisted staff sergeant. He's like, I got no problem. Give me 3 seconds. I'm gonna fucking blow you away, and I can enter a logbook entry, and it's no big deal. And he smiled. He's like, I was just testing you. Sir. Of course, that guy there. You get some interesting cats, man. I mean, I don't think about the white supremacist thing's not good at all, but Marine Corps' got some interesting cats and dogs in the infantry for sure. That you definitely want with you in a foxhole and a firefight, but you probably don't want them messing around with firearms that loosely.
you have maniacs in the Marine Corps, man. Like you guys do a great job of making fucking maniacs that when they show up to people's backyards, people run out the front door and leave. I'll never take anything away from the fighting force in the Marine Corps ever.
Yeah.
So awesome. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this bad boy up. We got one more topic. We were going to do 3, but we're moving a little bit fast because the 3 of us are about no BS, baby. All right, let's go look at this Fort Bliss espionage secrets trade. I don't know. This is dumbest shit in the world. Share screen. I had a chance. Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. All right, Fort Bliss soldier charged for attempts to leak espionage secrets, but the whole thing was a setup. Okay, they've got his name in here. Yeah, what does the 22-year-old have? Okay, top secret, sensitive, compartmentalized.
He does actually have some legit shit now that I'm reading that.
Yeah, he transported
export-controlled technical data on the M1A2 Abrams. Ooh. That's actually a big deal if Russia was to get a hold of that.
Well, that's who he sent it to. That's who he was trying to send it to. Sense. So, but you know what I'm going to say? Here we go. Like, he had an SD card. He's going to go to Leavenworth and break rocks for a while. Here's kind of my thought on this. This is along the lines of the first one, if you ask me. They've been destroying our M1 Abrams in Ukraine with $200 drones. Okay? So, like, there's a big weakness in the M1 Abrams and the back end of it. And they just drive the drone into it and it blows the whole fucking tank up. There's a reason they haven't been using M1 Abrams on the battlefield for the last year and a half, because we sent them some M1 Abrams and they basically got turned into piles of fucking molten metal. Okay? So the fact that he's sending secrets to Russia, I mean, yeah, he's going to get it, right? We know he's going to Leavenworth. He's probably going to break rocks. I mean, Trump may even hang him. Okay? But I just...
That's a good point right there, Jake. Person in charge right now does not play around with that.
Yep.
I think, this is not rare. I think it's rare that people get caught, but this is not rare. If you think about, look at China. Like, have you ever looked at just like compared every one of their jets next to ours and every one of their tanks next to ours and every one of their ships next to ours? It's literally carbon copy, right? Like,
and cheaper.
Where did they get the blueprints for literally everything we have, right? So, it happens all the time. Our secrets are always been given away. I can promise you, and man, we had, especially in first group, I swear to God, dude, multiple guys I worked with from mainland China with the sketchiest background stories that made no fucking sense.
That's
ever,
insane. That's actually
right?
insane.
That are just like, and I had one Charlie Mao. Charlie, if you're out, well, he's probably back in China already, but he named himself Charlie Mao. It wasn't his real name. Like, as you can imagine, he was funny, right? So he stereotypically picked the funniest name he could. His backstory was that he was from a dirt poor rural farmer family in wherever in mainland China. He escaped to Guam, got an 18 X-ray contract somehow when he couldn't even speak English. Okay, cool, right? So far, except for he was an 18 Echo, right? So communicator like me. Except for we're in Afghanistan. And did you guys have the SDN, soft deployable node, the big satellite, right? So Jake, it's this satellite dish that gives us internet in the middle of nowhere, right?
Okay.
There's tons of firewalls and all this technical shit that goes into this thing.
No, don't tell me. This is
it's
crazy.
the biggest nightmare in the world to program this thing, right? They're in Afghanistan out on a mission, and his SDN firewall settings brick out. They're gone. This motherfucker basically command prompts into a military computer and reroutes all the firewall settings no one has any idea how to do, first of all, off the top of his head, reroutes them all and reconnects their internet in the middle of nowhere. And he supposedly just came out of rural
cover.
China
He broke cover just to get the internet back up.
2 years prior, right? And we're like, now, and again, he ended up winning Valor Awards and stuff with the ODA. He was an awesome dude, badass warfighter. But I mean, and then immediately went back to China after his first deployment. And his first 6 years, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And we were just like, dude, this is the dumbest, fakest backstory ever. You're obviously, a Chinese agent. For us, but in first group, it's like, well, there's a lot of value in a dude like that if he's willing to work for us, right?
It's so funny though. Everybody, I'm sure, was like, "You got the internet back up."
And yeah, great job, buddy. Yeah, the team leader's like, I don't give a shit. I got a SIP rep. I got to set it up, right? So I don't care if you're a Chinese spy. You're doing
exactly.
it. But to my point is, that dude's going to go back to China and he's going to give them everything you could possibly think of, right? And it is what it is, man. That's also the military. So
I'm going to hit you guys with something that's very close to me. So I do a lot of mentorship. I put a ton of kids into very high level programs, okay? MIT, Harvard, all over the country. The number of Chinese from mainland China in some of those programs, and a lot of our research and R&D comes straight out of MIT, Stanford.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they got all these grad students working right there alongside of them, just milking the system to make sure that they're in the know.
I think over 60% of Harvard is foreign students.
Yeah,
by the way.
I think you're right about that. Yeah.
And to Jake's point, and it's not just military, it's tons of knowledge that they pull out and they take back to their countries. I mean, that's very normal. It's not rare for this to happen. I just think it's kind of fucked up they did this to a specialist. Like, again, what access to information does an E4 really have at the end of the day? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
it sounded like a sting operation too. Like they
they set him up. We set him up pretty good, man. Crazy. All right, folks, listen. Ben, where can we find you? I know you blowing up the internet with leadership stuff. You finally started a YouTube channel.
Yep. Yeah, YouTube. You guys find me on YouTube there. Check it out. Have lives going on, all that stuff. Great time trying to catch up with these guys, learn from them. And then I got a great coaching membership and community right now that's really a fantastic time. So like I tell people, you can only go so far alone, right? If you want a team and a community, if you don't have a community of people supporting you, I got one for you. Check it out. Go to the link in my bio and YouTube and just the membership and community, Ben Pappas membership and community. Check it out. Literally risk-free. You can join for a month. It's $87.99 per month. And you can leave. You don't want it, doesn't work out for you, you can leave. Risk-free, but those are my big projects right now I'm working on and having a great time. Always a pleasure to be on with both you guys.
Awesome. Nate, are you at 200,000 yet?
What? Oh my God! Congratulations, man.
Shit!
Let's get him there. Call your friends, everybody.
34 subscribers away. So if you're watching this, I'm doing my 200K. It's the timing on this is crazy. So I'm doing my 200K celebration at my live at 5 in an hour and 12 minutes. So I'm like, come on, I need 34 subs before we celebrate this thing. So
let's get them that, everybody,
before we start the stream. But yeah, man, we just hit 20,000 followers on Instagram, 200K on YouTube, and the new YouTube channel is about to hit 20,000 subs. in the first 2 weeks. So
What's the new YouTube channel, Nate?
American
It's
Thor,
hilarious.
where I just make
American
fun of fake alpha
Thor.
males and douchebags in American culture. It's a good time over there.
I gotta tell you
Awesome.
real quick, it's hilarious. I actually forwarded a few of the videos to my son, both my sons. And, like, honestly, like, I watch, I'm just dying because you're saying stuff that needs to be said. Frankly, it's really and it's funny.
It's fun. Well, it's interesting because like in the modern like culture war stuff, and especially with like there's this fake alpha male community, right? Like the Andrew Tates and Wes Watsons and all these guys I'm learning about. But there's no like real actual masculine men like us that are in this space. And so I think it's funny because people are like, oh shit, yeah, this guy actually is fucking done this shit for real and he thinks this is retarded too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So people are like, yeah, I knew these guys were fucking pieces of shit. So
It's
it's a good time over there, non-military related. But yeah.
All right, real quick, I am delinquent. I got to send a shout out to Mason Young. He gave us a super chat. The question is, when is it going to turn into Sicarios south of the border?
That's a good one.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll jump in real quick. I think you know, Mason, that Sicario scenario you see in that movie, that's actually from the past, right? So that's combat advising, like we were saying, but at a very high elite, you know, stiletto, you know, tip of the spear, very tip of the spear type of, you know, look. Just look for more of that. You know what I mean? More of that type of thing. But this time, not being as outgunned. That's, you know, and also using more technology that we have available to prosecute missions and, like I said, take the head off the snake.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
my opinion on this is as soon as America has the appetite for it. And what I mean by that is it's all fun and games to say the military is going to start doing cross-border operations in Mexico until you start having a bunch of soldiers killed and special operators killed because the cartel's no fucking joke. You look at the Jalisco cartel, they got like fucking javelins and shit, dude. Like this isn't you know what I mean? Like this isn't Somalia. Like this is a real criminal enterprise that's well trained. Their military, I mean they're paramilitary. They're not a joke. So we're not just gonna like walk in there and steamroll everybody. Again, I don't think they'll be able to handle us, but like there's going to be casualties. And there's going to be a lot of casualties. Think about Iraq and Fallujah and things like that. You start going into these real cities trying to do stuff like this. So when that starts happening, does the political appetite all of a sudden when Americans start going, why do we have Americans dying in Mexico, President Trump? Ooh, we could back out of that real fast. So I think honestly, I mean, it could happen as soon as a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, but there's going to be consequences that come with that decision. So I don't think either side of the political aisle has the will to do what has to be done to actually solve this problem because there will be a lot of American lives lost to solve it. So that would just kind of be my thought on it. Could it happen tomorrow? Sure. Will it? I don't think so.
I want to know when we're dropping Hellfire Ginsu's, right? Like Hellfire Ginsu's on people. And, you know, we just did a
In
B-50.
Mexico.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just did a B-2 strike, right? In Iran. What would happen if we did a B-2 strike on every cartel? We know everything about them, right? Like, let's be honest. We know the intel. We know where they're at. What if we carpet bombed, you know, the head of NJG, you know, like,
Yeah, and I
We're
think like what
talking about our
Jake's-
neighbor to our
yeah,
south that
I
shares
think that's
the
like what
border.
Jake is
It's
saying
different.
too, but also what Nate's saying too. I think there's not just political appetite for sending our people home in boxes. You know, they could spin it just like the Vietnam. In Vietnam, they did too. If they show the carnage, because okay, we could turn the whole country into glass, right? I mean, we'd go down there with a tank brigade, tank battalion,
Oh yeah.
all, you know, start bombing people. But okay, then we still might not destroy the cartel. We might have so much carnage, and we might kill a lot of cartel members. But like it gets tricky because they can hide in plain sight, and that's what Nate's talking about. So then we will have our guys die. We'll kill a lot of them, but in the process, I mean, can we do a B-2 strike? Probably. We probably could maybe if we found them all in one place, but they're probably not going to meet like that.
Yeah.
You know, it just gets tricky. And so, you know, what do you do? Just start bombing every probable place? It starts making us look really bad, and the American appetite for that is not high either. You know, it's against our values. Just start killing everybody.
Also, something to think about that's different than anywhere else. There are 1.6 million Americans living in Mexico.
Wow. Okay.
You're not talking about, hey, we're going to go invade Iraq and go into Fallujah where there's no Americans.
Yeah.
there's almost 2 million Americans in Mexico, and you want to start taking military action, well, you're going to have to, when this type of thing happens, because we prepped for it with Korea, when that was about to pop off, you pull all those Americans out. All 1.6 of them are told you need to leave and you need to come back to America if shit's going to get real. And that's a logistical fucking nightmare. So, again, what's the appetite? Do we have the appetite to pull 2 million Americans out of Mexico and actually invade that motherfucker?
Not to be a cynic on this, but, behind closed doors, they're like, what once was Cancun now is investment land for all of you. Look at how much better. Trump Towers here, this going here.
How do we
you can buy tracts of land, and they're like, well, I'll talk to my people. Mine doesn't sound so bad, maybe.
BlackRock's like, oh yeah, we'll help.
Yeah, just like we did in L.A. How did that fire happen? All these arsonists.
What about Gaza, Ben? I'm going to put Trump Tower in Gaza.
Dude,
right?
I couldn't believe you said
Ukraine as well. You know who already has the contract to rebuild Ukraine?
Trump.
BlackRock.
No.
So.
Oh, BlackRock's got it. Wow. All right, folks, hey, man, everybody need to push Nate over 200. Everybody needs to push Ben over 50,000.
Yes.
Let's go.
Are you
other
on
compatriots.
TikTok? Where do you have 50,000 at, Ben?
No, he listen. We
just the
juicing
goal,
Ben a
dude.
little.
It's
the goal.
Okay, I was like, holy shit.
It's the goal.
The TikTok, I got 33,000. So
you're almost there then on TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok's pretty cool, but I get more active on there too. But and Jake, man, we gotta push you up to 200,000 too.
I'm at 97,000.
Oh, just get Jake over 100,000.
I'm redoing my web. Listen. The whole idea of doing that G word school that I had started destroyed my channel. No. So yes. So I had to cut it. Yeah, I had to cut it all out. And I'm starting to get some traction.
Around, man.
Nah, bro. Well, Jamerson now has access to them, and so he's able to get the inside scoop. And it's just I cleaned it up. I dropped some mom videos. I'm interviewing. So these moms, I did a Karen video on this article. I got all these moms whose sons didn't make it through special operations pipelines. And really, it's really interesting.
Oh yeah,
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So I got.
You think about like the kids that don't make the varsity football team, the moms.
Yep.
Now you're thinking about all those and their kids didn't make the special operations teams. I can see that. I can see.
So one of the amazing questions that came out of it was, I just don't understand why they got to be wet and sandy. That doesn't make any sense to me. I was like,
buds.
Yeah, that's what she said, and I was super respectful.
Wait,
I'm not gonna be.
She said this to you?
It's in the interview.
I gotta see this. Where in YouTube?
It's on my YouTube. Yeah. It's Navy SEAL or mom attacks Navy SEAL for son's failure. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta see this. Oh my
But
God.
she asked me.
She's funny. I don't understand why they have to be wet and sandy.
She said it doesn't make any sense to me why they got to be wet and sandy. I was like, oh, I had to pause. I was like,
right.
What?
I'll tell you.
To this.
When I was the CO, I was the OIC at Recon School, the Basic Reconnaissance Course in Coronado, right? I had a mom call because I kicked her son, and I was sitting there, and my XO turned to me. He's like, "Hey, so and so's mom's on the phone." I was like, "Why you?" I was like, "Go get fucking Gutty so and so." He's like, "No, sir, we don't want him talking to her." I said,
"No,
right.
you have to give that to the commander."
Yeah, because
like
he would have been like,
nope, give it to the
lower
BC,
dip,
dude.
his
We're
upper
not
dip,
talking
lip
to
dip,
this
and his
wife.
lower lip dip would have been like, fuck yourself, you know. And so I get on there. I'm like,
battalion commander or the major, the company commanders. The major has to take that.
I literally just came back from my combat deployment force recon. I was like, what? And I'm like, I still wasn't in political mindset. I was like, because he quit, because he's done. You know, no, I handled it well though. He's like, just don't say anything crazy, or just listen and be like, yes, ma'am, or yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, that's policy, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And I got off. I couldn't believe it. That's an actual true story. Oh, by the way, we had some of your Buds helmets hanging in the recon. That was still the back then, stealing the Buds helmets. You guys would steal our shit. Crazy.
Oh, all the time. All the time. If you ain't stealing, you ain't trying. So
you would. I've seen that with wives going to the commander, but never a mom.
Moms are scary, dude. They'll cut you. Moms will cut you.
Well, and that's the hard thing there too is like in the military we're so like respectful of families to where you're just like I can't tell this mom to go fuck herself, dude.
Right.
Right. So it's like, give it to the, like I said, give the phone call to the commander because he's the only one professional enough to do this correctly.
That's what they're all laughing. They're like, "Hey, how'd that go for you, sir?" I'm like, "Fuck you." I was like,
Yeah.
"Thanks." Unbelievable.
Yeah, man. So we bring in it. We went from the other end of the spectrum. So now.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him?
Jake?
I thought it was me. All right, I guess we're done, everyone.
Yeah, we did
so,
it, everybody.
Nate has he's the YouTube commander, so I'll let you finish it.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Go watch me and Ben's episode on Force Recon that I put out a couple days ago. It's a good one. People love that episode, by the way.